Did you? You haven't been fishing since, have you? No, yeah. When he was hired as a maintenance man 1 at Sylvan Springs Park, and for several years worked for Otis Dean and Rick Taylor. Dan wasn't even employed a full year when he took a few minutes out of his workday on May 21st, 1974, to save a young 9-year-old boy who fell into a raging stormwater ditch at Sylvan Springs Park. Dan was only 19 at the time, was doing maintenance work near the main pavilion when he heard people yelling after the boy fell into a drainage sewer. The boy traveled approximately... Think about this for a minute. A 9-year-old boy, he went through approximately 600 feet of underground culvert. Okay, bobbing along, probably in the dark for the most part.
Pouring down rain. Yeah.
Pouring down rain. And the young boy went, like I said, approximately 600 feet underground in an enclosed stormwater drain. Dan ran over to an area where the stormwater drain opened up to daylight and jumped into chest-deep surging water and tossed the boy up on the bank once he emerged from the pipe. Several witnesses stated the boy would have drowned if he had not been pulled ashore. I have to say, way to go, Dan. I'm sure your adrenaline had to be flowing pretty well, and I would say to anybody in the room, you never know what you may encounter while working a day in the park. Dan, because of your unselfish actions, you saved this young boy's life. Later, Dan was promoted to Maintenance Man 2 and worked at Tillis Park in 1976 and 77 for Ray Brenner and Wally Spindler. Dan was promoted to Park Supervisor 1 in 1977 and through 1983 and worked at Unger Park for Pete Dunn and Charlie Trophy. I saw Pete somewhere in the room. There he is in the back. Dan was promoted to Park Supervisor 2 and transferred to Love Park from 1983 to 1992, and at one time lived in the park with his wife, Janet. Janet, raise your hand there. 3 daughters. Where are the 3 daughters at, right? Or 2 of the 3. And their dog, Bart. The Bromar clan was featured in a Bill McClellan article in December of 1990. It seemed Bart escaped the family compound one evening and was seized by an attorney who tried to extort $93 from the family in return for the pup. Needless to say, after the article was published, the pooch was returned to the family at no charge from the Scrooge lawyer. And we've got a copy of that. Both articles are there in the back room if you want to read them. Dan was eventually promoted to Park Supervisor and spent a number of years at Tucson Park. He continued down the career path and became the North Area Manager in November 2005. He worked and maintained an office at McDonald Park and oversaw the North Parks cluster. Dan transferred to become the South Area Manager in December of 2014, where he will complete his storied parks career today, unless you stumble on another emergency situation.
Let's hope not.
Dan, I have to say, I got to interact with you while I was at Queenie and you were at Love Park in the mid-'80s. The 2 parks often interacted together because we were so close by. I always have to say I appreciated Dan's enthusiasm and his can-do attitude for his job. And I think you're a great example to a lot of people in the room. You could show us what you can do in your career going from Maintenance Man 1 to an area manager. So congratulations. I've been told Dan plans to spend his golden years hunting and fishing, fishing and hunting, more fishing and hunting, and hanging out with his children and grandchildren, teaching them fishing and hunting.
You guys didn't know that, did you?
Surprise!
They do now.
Dan, we wish you the best. I think
Thanks, Tom.
Jim's going to come up and say a few words next.